Finance affects every aspect of our lives, from the food we eat to the roof over our heads. It's a topic that can be both intimidating and confusing, but it's also one that we can't afford to ignore. Today, we will explore the top 10 money mistakes most people make, and more importantly, how to avoid them. 10. Living beyond your means. We've all heard the phrase keeping up with the Joneses, but have you ever considered the financial implications of trying to maintain a certain standard of living? One of the most shocking money mistakes people make is living beyond their means, and it's a trap that's all too easy to fall into. At its core, living beyond your means by spending more than you earn. It can start with small purchases like a daily coffee or snack, but over time, these expenses can increase and lead to overspending. Before you know it, you're relying on credit cards to make ends meet, which can quickly lead to debt and financial stress. Many of us are guilty of living beyond our means at some point in our lives. We see others living what appears to be a comfortable lifestyle, and we want that for ourselves. But the reality is that we don't always know the complete picture of someone else's financial situation. They could be in debt up to their eyeballs, but we can't say it just by looking at their shiny new car or designer handbag. Number 9. Not saving for retirement. When we're young, retirement can seem like a far-off concept that we don't need to worry about. But the truth is, the earlier you start saving for retirement, the better off you'll be in the long run. And one of the most shocking money mistakes people make is not saving enough for retirement. Many individuals prioritize immediate needs over long-term planning, leading them to neglect their retirement savings. But the reality is that retirement can be pretty expensive, and if you don't start saving early enough, you could be in for a rude awakening when you reach your golden years. One of the most significant advantages of saving for retirement is the power of compound interest. When you contribute to a retirement account, your money earns interest over time, which can help it grow exponentially. By starting early and contributing consistently, you can take advantage of this powerful financial tool and build a comfortable nest egg for your future self. Number 8. Failing to invest. Investing can seem intimidating, especially if you don't have a lot of experience with the stock market. But failing to invest can be a significant missed opportunity when it comes to growing your wealth over time. It's one of the most shocking money mistakes that people make, and it could cost you big in the long run. When you invest your money, you have the potential to earn higher returns than you would with a savings account or other low-risk investment. Of course, there is always a risk of losing money in the short term, but historically, the stock market has trended upward over time. By investing in a diversified portfolio, you can take advantage of this upward trend and potentially earn significant returns over the long term. Number 7. Ignoring your credit score. Your credit score is a numerical representation of your creditworthiness and financial responsibility. Yet, many people overlook the importance of maintaining a good credit score, which can come back to haunt them in the future. Your credit score can affect many areas of your life, from securing loans and credit cards to renting an apartment or even getting a job. A poor credit score can make it challenging to achieve your financial goals and could result in higher interest rates, lower credit limits, and other financial barriers. Ignoring the credit score is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. It's essential to regularly monitor your credit score and take steps to improve it if necessary. This can include paying bills on time, keeping credit card balances low, and disputing any errors on your credit report. Number 6. Failing to create an emergency fund. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are good. Unexpected events like a job loss, medical emergency, or car repair can happen at any time, and they can take a toll on your finances if you're not prepared. Failing to create an emergency fund is one of the most shocking money mistakes that people make, and it can leave you vulnerable when life throws you a curveball. An emergency fund is a savings account designated explicitly for unexpected expenses. The goal is to have enough money saved to cover 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in case of an emergency. This can provide peace of mind and help you weather any financial storms that come your way. Number 5. Impulse buying. We've all been there. You walk into a store intending to buy one thing, and before you know it, you've walked out with a handful of items you never knew you needed. Impulse buying is a common money mistake that can drain your wallet and leave you feeling regretful. Impulse buying can be incredibly tempting in the age of online shopping, where one-click purchasing and free shipping can make it all too easy to justify buying something you don't really need. But the truth is that impulse buying can add up quickly and take a toll on your finances. Number 4. Not having a budget. Living paycheck to paycheck is a reality for many people, but it's not something you have to accept as your fate. Not having a budget is one of the most shocking money mistakes that people make, and it can leave you struggling to make ends meet. A budget is simply a plan for how you will spend your money each month. It can help you prioritize your expenses, identify areas where you can cut back, and ensure that you're living within your means. To create a budget, start by tracking your income and expenses for a few months to get a sense of where your money is going. Then, categorize your expenses into essential and non-essential categories and look for areas where you can reduce your spending. Number 3. Failing to plan for major expenses. Significant expenses like a new car, a home renovation, or a medical procedure can take a toll on your finances if you're not prepared. Failing to plan for significant expenses is one of the most shocking money mistakes that people make, and it can leave you in debt and struggling to make ends meet. It's essential for you to plan ahead for significant expenses. Start by estimating the cost of the expense, and then create a plan to save for it over time. This can involve setting aside a portion of each paycheck or reducing your expenses in other areas. If you need to borrow money for a major expense, be sure to shop around for the best interest rates and terms. Don't be afraid to negotiate with lenders or consider alternative financing options like personal loan. Number 2. Relying on only one source of income. Depending on only one source of income is a risky financial move that can leave you vulnerable to financial crisis. Whether it's your job or a single investment, relying on only one source of income can leave you in a precarious financial situation if that source suddenly dries up. You must diversify your sources of income. Consider starting a side hustle, investing in stocks or real estate, or pursuing other opportunities that can generate additional income. Having multiple sources of income can provide financial security and help you weather unexpected financial setbacks. Number 1. Taking on too much debt. Debt is a fact of life for most people, but taking on too much debt is a shocking money mistake that can leave you drowning in interest payments. High-interest debt, like credit card debt, can quickly spiral out of control if left unchecked, making it difficult to get ahead financially. To avoid taking on too much debt, it's important to live within your means and only take on debt that you can realistically pay back. Consider creating a debt repayment plan to tackle high-interest debt first and look for ways to reduce your overall debt limit. If you're already struggling with debt, don't be afraid to reach out for help. A financial advisor or credit counselor can help you create a plan to get back on track and regain control of your finances. So that's a wrap for today's video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment to let us know your thoughts.